The following podcast contains mature subject matter, adult themes, and may also contain profanity. You have been warned.
Hello, everybody. Hello, and welcome to The Absurd, our podcast of the absurd. We're talking mysteries and histories and things going on. We got stories that are freaky, funny sometimes. Oh my God, it's frightening. That was Mel. Are you okay, Mel?
Yeah, you scared me.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry.
All that frightening talk.
It's thundering outside right now.
It's exciting.
There is literally a severe thunderstorm warning, not a watch, a warning. That basically means it's imminent.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're going to pull the car up to pick me up out front then?
No.
Oh.
No.
I see.
I am not going to do that. I'm going to use you as my shield to get to the car.
What, am I going to are you going to walk under me?
Yeah.
That'll be a neat trick.
Can almost do that.
Doesn't seem very comfortable or very sightly.
Well, it's very windy out, so you can at least do that.
It is very windy out. I went out at lunchtime I got Mel a couple of treats. I got her a box of Smarties, like the little packages of Smarties inside. And I bought her einen Bier. Actually, I bought 6 beers, but you only get one.
Okay. That's okay. I only need one.
Yeah,
for now.
that's okay.
For now.
That's okay. So, anything new?
Not really.
No?
No.
All right.
Not really.
How was your weekend? It wasn't what you were hoping to do.
It wasn't what I was hoping to do.
Did you do anything fun in retrospect?
Yeah, hung out with some friends.
Cool.
Yeah, it was alright.
Now, these friends, were they real or imaginary?
They were real.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad you made some friends.
I know.
Finally.
I left the imaginary ones at home.
Oh.
I found some real ones.
I hope the imaginary ones aren't upset.
They might be.
Well, I don't like the shape of things
Of?
with your imaginary friends.
Oh.
They probably hurt. Yeah, so nothing else is new and exciting.
No, not really. I got nothing else. I'm going to go to Goderich this weekend, though.
Oh, were you really?
Yeah. So that's where I was supposed to be this past weekend. But
Yes.
things happened and it didn't work. But, yeah, this weekend.
For those of you who don't know, Goderich is a smallish town on the shore of Lake Huron, which you better know is a great lake, one of 5 in North America. In my opinion, it is what's the best lake for swimming, hands down.
Yeah.
I guess it's probably second biggest, I think. Superior being the biggest. But it's beautiful, wonderful lake, and Goderich is a beautiful, wonderful town.
It is.
Yeah.
I do like it.
High up on the bluffs overlooking the lake, so you get awesome sunsets. Woof, woof. Yeah, it is a great town.
Why'd you woof?
Well, I do that sometimes.
Oh.
You know, it's my inner dog. I'm in touch with my inner dog. What did I do this weekend? Oh,
I don't know.
my
What
gosh.
did you do?
I went to Toronto Saturday night.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You went to see a band.
I did.
And
what
how
a
was
band.
that?
It was fantastic, except we left here. We left my place at 10 after 2.
Oh, boy.
We hit Starbucks on Victoria because my friend wanted a coffee. I had one all ready to go, full of coffee and Cabot Trail, liqueur. Thank
love
you,
that
Kara.
stuff.
Yeah,
Very
Kara
good.
put me onto that.
Very good.
We got to Danforth at 10 to 6.
Ew.
3.5 hours almost. We had to go through downtown
Ew.
because the 401 was so backed up. Ugh, I hate going to Toronto now. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
I like Toronto once I'm there.
Yeah,
once
sure.
I'm there and I know I don't have to go anywhere, I like it. It's fun.
Yeah, I
it's
agree.
the getting and leaving.
Ugh. And if there isn't further proof needed that we need bloody rail between the cities,
Yeah.
let's pull your heads out, guys. And our premier wants to double the size of the highway instead by burying it.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Well, it's only going to cost about 10 times as much as high-speed rail would cost.
Yeah.
Imagine leaving this city and being downtown in 45 minutes.
That'd be cool.
That's what was planned. But, hey, folks, I canceled the high-speed rail because we need more highways.
But it's Smile Cookie Week.
Oh, Jesus.
Hey,
Have
I
another bacon here.
do look forward to his Smile Cookie videos.
I don't.
They're funny. They're funny.
I like the bee video. That was my favorite video.
Holy Christ, I just swallowed a bee.
Yeah. And he said it like 9 times. Holy Christ, I think I just swallowed a bee. Yeah. So right. So as some of you are aware, we had an election in the country last night. We're not going to talk about results. We have differing positions on it. We'll leave it at that. But I want to say this though. Well done, Canadians, because voter turnout was over 67%.
Yeah,
that's good, man.
Yeah, it still upsets me though that people don't do it.
Well.
Like,
Agreed. All right. No, I agree.
Me. Even if you want to throw your vote away.
But what does that even mean?
Like, vote for... Okay, so many years ago, when I didn't know who to vote for, because I didn't like any of the choices, I voted green.
Okay.
Because I knew it wasn't really going to do much, in theory, right? So, but I wanted to vote for something. That's what I mean. Like, I don't like it when people just don't vote, because there's many people in the world that don't get that privilege.
Well, you do know that you can, it's not called spoiling your ballot, but you can vote for no one and have it counted.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah, dude. Now, you should be allowed to say none of the above.
Right.
That should be an option.
Can I put my name on it?
No.
No.
That would be tampering.
No.
Nobody would vote for you anyway. Because your only policy would be like, oh, chocolate bars must be 3 Musketeers. Right? And I'm not playing that. I barely like them. Well, I mean, I'll eat them. Who's kidding who? I love them.
Everybody gets a free chocolate bar every week.
Did you see, so not in your riding, Mel and I are in different ridings, but in my riding, there was a guy from the Rhinoceros Party. Have you ever heard of them?
I'm sorry, what?
Oh my God. Seriously? Okay.
I've never heard of this.
Okay, here's what we're doing. The next week, I'm doing a story on the Rhinoceros Party.
Okay.
They're hilarious. They've been around since, 70s anyway.
Okay.
And they're only in federal elections.
Okay.
All right? Oh, yeah. His name was Santa Claus Chatham. His main policy platform was to make every day Christmas.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not in favor of that because Christmas is tolerable, but every day.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Because that would mean Christmas music all the time, and I would hang myself with dental floss if I.
Yeah, don't come to my house then.
Why?
My daughter plays Christmas music all the time.
Oh God, help! Your poor dog and cat. I don't care about the rest of you because you can get up and leave.
That's true.
Right. Any news? Anything you want to say to anyone? Nice hiccup.
Yeah, you like that?
It's all right.
Yeah. No, I'm good. What you got for stories?
Ugh.
You going first, right?
I go first, eh?
All right.
So, yeah. Oh, by the way,
yes.
Not that this will come as a surprise to anyone, really, but afterwards we're going to Piper's for wings and the Leaf game.
Yes.
Go Leafs. Sing it. Love it.
What?
Say go Leafs.
Go Leafs.
Oh, God. You better put more heart into that, lady.
More stank behind that?
I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, go.
Have you ever been to China?
I have not.
Okay, me neither. Have you ever been in an elevator?
I have. I was just in one.
Have you ever got stuck in an elevator?
No, thank God.
I did one time when I was a kid, like 13 maybe, in Niagara Falls, New York.
Really?
Yeah, my brother's hockey tournament, and myself and a guy my age whose younger brother was also in the tournament, same team as my brother. Yeah. His name was Kevin. Kevin Irvine, in fact, was his name. And we were just out, cruising. It was during the day. And we were in a parking garage, and we got in this elevator, and we closed the door, and then it wouldn't open.
Oh, my God. Like Nightmare City.
And there was nobody parking there. So, there was nobody around. We're like, oh, wow. Okay, so now what happens?
Now what do we do?
How do we get out? Because eventually, I don't know, and I was trying to think about this today. I can't remember. We weren't in there like for hours or anything, but it was like 20 minutes. Long enough when you're
Jeepers.
13 to go, okay, we're going to die in here.
How'd you finally get out?
I don't remember. I honestly don't. I was thinking about that today. I don't know if we called somebody and they're like, oh, yeah, right, okay, well, we can
There's
open
usually
it.
an emergency button or something.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And I think we tried that, but I don't remember. But here I am, so I made it.
Well, you made it.
You know, I didn't die. But in this elevator in China, let me tell you. So this is going way back to March 2016. What were you, about 14 then?
Yeah. Yes, I was.
2 Chinese maintenance workers faced charges in the death of a woman who was trapped in an elevator for a month.
Stop.
You stop. This happened in western China. All right? Government officials in China's Gaoling district told the Beijing Times the woman might have starved to death. Jesus, that would suck.
Oh my gosh.
The elevator apparently became stuck between the 10th and 11th floors of a building in the city of Xi'an on January 30th. Remember, again, this is 2016. And this article came out in March of that year. Servicemen called to deal with the broken cable, banged on the door, but when they heard no response, they cut off power to the elevator and told residents to use a different lift. When the servicemen returned to fix the cable last week, so over a month later, they opened the elevator door and found the woman's body. Her hands were distorted. Listen to this. There were scratches on the wall.
Oh, no.
It was horrible, a building resident told the Times. Residents said they had heard no strange sounds coming from the elevator while it was inoperative. The government said the servicemen should have opened the door to make certain no one was inside.
You think?
Can't argue with that. The victim, 43 years old, lived by herself in the building. Authorities ruled out foul play, but the Associated Press said authorities determined the cause required charges of involuntary manslaughter because the death was caused by gross negligence. I agree, because you know what I'm inclined to believe? There's 2 possible theories, in my opinion.
Okay.
One, well, I guess there's 3, sorry. One, these workers went to the wrong elevator. But that doesn't seem likely because then they cut the power to the correct one.
Right.
2, they didn't knock on the doors.
Right.
3, now this makes me really sad, the woman was deaf.
Oh.
Right?
Doesn't say anything about that, though.
It does not. So that's a theory. But it doesn't offer any theories as to why she wouldn't have responded.
Right.
Right? But why did it take them over a month to come back and fix it?
Yeah.
Like, seriously, okay, so we've only got 1 elevator in the building for a month? Hell with that. You know? But that's horrible. Horrible.
What a way. No. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I don't like any part of that.
No, I don't either.
And scratches on the wall.
Oh,
That's
that
hideous,
poor
man.
lady.
I know, that's horrible.
Oh, no.
Horrible. I wouldn't wish that up. No, actually, let me think. I'll get back to you on that one.
Yeah, no, it's still a
So
terrible way
that's
to go.
not a very uplifting story from China. Yeah.
Yeah, well done.
Loving an elevator. Okay.
Living it up till I'm going
I
down.
fucking hate that song. I hate 80s, 90s Aerosmith.
I love
70s, it's fine. Yeah, so I'm done there.
Okay.
Do you have a story for us?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Let's hear it, eh?
We're gonna stay in China
Ooh, good.
since we're already there.
I'm going to get some of those delicious eggs.
Oh, I got something even better for you.
Oh, God. Okay.
A tropical rainforest themed restaurant in Shanghai, China, called Canopia, is raising eyebrows with this eco-friendly cuisine. While it is great to think about the environment, this restaurant builds on the theme of nature and takes things to a bit of an extreme.
Oh, goody.
The fine dining eatery caters a 15-course, authentic rainforest meal experience and charges $550 US.
It's not bad, though, for 15 courses. You know,
Wow.
well, go on. We'll
Yeah.
see what the courses are.
Yeah.
I think I'm getting an idea.
The restaurant is run by a man from China's Blang ethnic group and a Frenchman. I love how it's just and a Frenchman.
Frenchman.
Just a random Frenchman.
What year was this written in? 53?
The two reportedly spent 7 years researching the rainforest in Yunnan province, and then created the dining experience at the Shanghai restaurant. To begin the experience, people are told to pick a leaf and eat it from a plant.
Okay.
It needs to be dipped in a sauce and consumed raw. A server stands next to you explaining the ecological fusion cuisine.
Okay.
As the meal unfolds, diners are treated to an array of unconventional dishes. One such offering requires guests to lick honey and pollen from ice cubes.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
look at it
The
outside.
weather's starting to pick
Oh,
up. Y'all.
boy.
Yeah.
This is terrifying.
If this is our last broadcast,
Oh no, I'm scared. Okay, anyway.
tell Paper's Wings I love them.
Another strange dish is called black goo.
Okay.
It mirrors the parasitic Raphicilia flower that has a foul odor.
I don't like it.
Chefs go to great lengths to replicate the pungent scent of the flower, which is a crucial part of the experience. The server explains that the dish is meant to evoke the scent of decaying flesh.
Oh, wow. Who doesn't want that on their plate?
Sounds delicious.
Mm-mm.
I'm not going anywhere in that. We're going to be here for a while.
Yeah, it'll pass.
Anyways, the meal ends with a dessert made out of elephant poop.
Come on, man.
The dessert features a base of elephant dung that looks like Krispy Crumbs. The chef adds herbal perfume to it, along with fruit jam, pollen, and honey sorbet. To fully immerse themselves in the dung dessert, guests are invited to climb a staircase for a dessert tour, where they can select their preferred herbal perfume and fruit jam to personalize their culinary experience. Though China's food hygiene law mandates that food must be non-toxic, harmless, and meet nutritional standards,
Sure.
it remains uncertain whether desserts made from elephant dung, despite undergoing disinfection, align with these regulations.
How do you disinfect poop?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah, remember how I said, like, that isn't bad money for 15 courses?
Yeah.
I'm not in.
No.
Yikers. Yeah, that's quite an meal. Do you think you would eat it?
No.
None of it?
No. Maybe
What
the leaf thing.
Yeah, what's the catch there? Like,
I don't know.
Is it
It's
a trick?
just it's not a trick. I think it's just, trying to humiliate rich people. Like,
you say humiliate
yeah,
rich people?
humiliate
I'm all for
rich
that.
Rich people thinking, oh, hey, if I pay this much, I can have some fancy leaf and elephant poop. Where else can you say you've had that?
Well, in a way, rich people they deserve that kind of treatment because they think, this is really expensive. Look how awesome it is. Except you're being played.
Yeah, of
It's
course.
like we were talking on the weekend, if you buy a $500 pair of jeans,
Yeah.
you're a moron.
You are a moron. I 100% agree.
Because they're not going to outlast a $60 pair of jeans.
No.
And most people aren't going to recognize that they're $500 jeans.
Right.
And anybody who does, who cares? Because they're equally as superficial as you are.
Yeah.
What? But I'm a little in trial. Do elephants live in rainforests? I guess so.
I guess.
Huh. I'd like to see an elephant. Like, I'd go to a restaurant if there was, like, an elephant wandering about.
Would you? Like the Rainforest Cafe?
No, I wouldn't go there.
I've never been there. I've always wanted to.
Are you talking about the one in Waterloo?
Rainforest Cafe?
Yeah, there used to be one in Waterloo.
No.
Yeah, there was.
No, I'm talking about like the big franchise
I don't know.
Rainforest Cafe.
I don't like it. Are they good people?
I don't know. I didn't ask.
Have you been?
No, that's my point. I've never been.
Do they have elephant poop? Do you think?
Maybe.
Really? So, those Chinese, man, they got some interesting dishes, eh?
Yes.
Because at the beginning of your story, you told me I said that I fancied some of those eggs. You know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
You remember.
Yeah.
The virgin boy eggs.
Yes.
Have you had any?
Nah, not this week.
No?
No.
I think you can get them like up by Lucknow or something.
Yeah. Maybe we can get them at What's the TNT Market?
Ooh. Have you
Is that
been
what
there?
it's called?
Yeah, TNT.
I have. Because I work, my office is just down the street from
Oh, yeah,
there.
of course.
And they have a whole aisle of ramen.
Yes. Yep.
It's very cool.
They also have lots of different flavors of Lay's potato chips from
Do
around
they?
the world. Damn right they do.
Oh, man.
Sadly, it's owned by Loblaws now. The great Satan bought them.
All right.
Hey,
Oh,
the
look
sun's
at-
out.
Sun's out.
Stupid sun.
Wow.
Okay, hope it's out when we have to drive
Yeah.
and park and walk.
And
You
then
know?
it can rain all at once from there.
Yeah, until it's time to leave.
Until
again.
it's time to go.
Hey, have you ever been to Missouri?
I have not.
Me neither. You've never committed a murder either, have you?
Not that I got caught for, no.
Ooh, that's going to be a story. Okay, so we're going back quite a ways here again. 1981. I know exactly how old you were then.
How old?
You really want me to say?
Was I even born yet? I don't even know.
Yeah, you definitely know, and you definitely were. You were like 3.
Yes.
Yeah, it's July 10th, 1981. So this is a man's murder remains unsolved after over 40 years. This is, though, despite almost everyone in town knowing who did it.
Okay.
All right. This is in a place called Skidmore, Missouri.
Skidmore.
Yeah. Doesn't sound like an awesome name.
Skidmore.
And it is obviously written out phonetically as Missouri, but I think locals call it Missouri.
Missouri?
Yeah. So, yeah, like I said, July 10th, 1981, the murder of 47-year-old Ken McElroy led to the publication of the book In Broad Daylight and later a film by the same name. I have never seen it.
Ooh.
That's not thunder, kids. That's wind. Oh, no, it's thunder.
Well, that's thunder.
Yeah, sorry. McElroy was described in many articles as the town bully. He was accused or suspected of committing multiple crimes and terrorizing the town's citizens.
Oh.
This is out of Hollywood. Seriously, man. This proof that truth is stranger than fiction.
Okay.
Over the course of his life, McElroy was accused of dozens of felonies, including assault, child molestation, statutory rape, arson, animal cruelty, hog and cattle rustling, and burglary. In one particular instance, the married McElroy repeatedly raped a 12-year-old girl. When the girl was 14, she became pregnant with his baby. So obviously he had sex with her after she was 12, unless it's a really long gestation period. So he divorced his wife and married the 14-year-old girl to avoid statutory rape charges.
Stop.
The girl's parents didn't approve with their marriage. I should think not. So McElroy burned down her family's home and shot their dog to force the parents into agreement.
Oh my gosh.
McElroy was also accused of shooting former Romaine Henry in the stomach. That's a cool name, Romaine. When the case got to trial, McElroy was not found guilty due to an alleged alibi, which placed him hunting with friends and not at the scene. These so-called friends were intimidated by him into coming up with an alibi. A few years after this, McElroy shot a 70-year-old grocery store employee in the neck. This followed what was said to be a months-old dispute, get this, over an accusation about a piece of stolen candy.
Oh my God.
I know that I've had to resist the urge to kill many a people over candy. Speaking of which, where's my fun dip?
I don't know. It's at the store.
You're going down. The employee lived, and McElroy was arrested and charged with attempted murder. He was let out of jail to await appeal, and during the time, he made public threats against the employee while often being armed with a rifle. On July 9th, 1981, he appeared in a local bar, the D&G Tavern, armed with an M1 Garand rifle and bayonet. You know what a bayonet is?
Yes.
Okay. And later threatened to kill the grocer again.
Oh,
So dude's walking around town with a former military rifle. M1 Garands were used in Second World War and Korea. And he's got a bayonet fitted to the end of it.
Jeepers.
Right. So the very next day, July 10th, 1981, McElroy was found behind the wheel of his truck found dead, obviously, on Skidmore's Main Street. He appeared to have been struck by at least 2 different firearms. His wife, Trina, was with him in the truck at the time and escaped without injuries. A group of 30 to 45 townspeople were there, and more arrived at the scene, but emergency medical services were not called. Yeah.
Wow.
The case was investigated by local authorities and later the FBI, but the killer was not found. McElroy's wife named a possible gunman, but no one identified who fired the shots. Nottoway County Sheriff Randy Strong worked on the case when he was first starting in law enforcement. I was pretty new and found myself over there in the middle of that crime scene, and then was given the task of looking for witnesses, interviewing some witnesses, Strong said. I actually went to the funeral home and documented some of the injuries, or the wounds, I should say. I worked on it for about 3 days, and that was it. Strong said he believes the 2 suspects initially named by possible witnesses are now deceased. Strong said this case is an unfortunate legend in the area, with people from all around the world still trying to solve it. There has even been a man from Israel who has come to the area to try and solve it. He too was unsuccessful. Every once in a while, some new documentary film photographer comes in and wants to bring it all back, Strong said. McElroy's murder is still unsolved. So, have you ever seen the movie Roadhouse? Original with Patrick Swayze.
I have. I don't remember too much about it, though.
Okay. It's, in my opinion, it's an extraordinarily stupid movie. Mm-hmm. But it's one that I've watched many times because I'm still drawn to it for some reason.
Okay.
And there's a dude in the town who's kind of like this, except he's rich. And he controls everything. And there literally are towns like that in the States.
Of course.
You know. But this guy was not wealthy. He was just a dick. So town got together and took him out.
Yep.
And not necessarily planning to take him out, although I don't doubt that there was some conspiracy to that end to do so. But then when the time came, everybody's like, I don't know, I didn't see nothing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I was
Who are
over
we even
there.
talking about? I've never even met him.
Yeah, I was brushing my horse's teeth. I didn't have time to watch.
Brushing your horse's teeth.
You imagine if that was a thing you had to do? That would suck.
Yeah, no, I don't want to do that.
No, I don't want to do that either.
Horses scare me.
Huh?
Horses scare me.
Do they?
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, they are big animals.
They're big and they're unpredictable.
Yeah, they are. And, you've heard me reference the show Grand Tour and Top Gear many times, and they're talking about horses, and they're like, it's an animal that's afraid of, sunlight, gravel,
Right.
chip packages, grass. Right?
Yeah.
They can be a bit high strung.
They can be.
Have you ever ridden a horse?
I have.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, me too. Not for a long time.
No.
And I'm good with that.
Yeah.
But I'm not crazy about riding something that big that has a mind and an intelligence of its own. Mm-hmm. Like, what if it's the size? I don't want this asshole on my back anymore.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll over right now. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna run under these really low branches.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah. Because if I was a horse, that's the kind of thing I'd do.
Yeah, I know you would.
You would too.
Yeah, probably.
You'd be more of a donkey.
Thanks.
Donkeys are cool.
Yeah.
Okay, I realize I'm getting really tangential here,
Yeah,
but
I was gonna say we really went off track here, but
there was I had no idea donkeys are used as guard animals.
for what?
To protect herds of animals. Not really in North America. But I saw a video of a donkey kicking the absolute crap out of a hyena. You don't want to mess with a hyena, man.
A hyena.
They'll do you in.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and this donkey had it by the scruff of its neck and was just shaking it around. I'm
A
like,
donkey?
I kid you not, man.
Did you dream this?
I wish. No, my dreams are not anywhere near that cool. Usually not. But no, I'll find the video for it. I was like, holy shit. So lots of herds will have like a couple of donkeys that'll just, lie around and do donkey stuff.
Do donkey shit.
I don't know if they do that.
Wow.
What if they play Donkey Kong? That's a terrible joke.
That was terrible.
But yeah, they can be feisty buggers apparently.
All right. Well, I'll think about that next time.
I get it
I
about
see
horses,
one.
so don't feel bad that I said you would probably be a donkey. Yeah. So there's the ends of my story in Missouri.
All right.
You got something to bring us on home with?
Well, I do.
Do you?
Have you ever heard of Shipwreck, Kelly?
I have, but I have no idea anything about him.
Okay.
Like I've heard the reference, but that's it. I'm all ears.
It was part of the career of sitting on flagpoles. Like back in the day, you see people sitting up on these giant flagpoles.
Do you remember the 90s band called Flagpole Sitta?
I do not.
Or the song, rather, by Harvey Danger.
I don't think so.
Bet you know it.
Probably.
I guarantee it.
Okay. Anyway.
I swear to God.
Shipwreck Kelly spent most of his career sitting on flagpoles. Accounts vary as to how Kelly acquired his nickname. He claimed to have survived 5 shipwrecks, 2 airplane crashes, 3 automobile accidents, and 1 train wreck, all without injury.
Wow.
He is also said to have gained the nickname as a boxer because he was so often adrift in the ring that the handle became inevitable. Shipwreck Kelly climbed his first pole at the age of 7. He is credited with the pole-sitting fad after sitting atop a flagpole in 1924 as a publicity stunt to draw customers to a Philadelphia department store.
Aren't flagpoles, don't they have a round ball at the top?
Yes.
How do you sit on that?
Yeah, it changed over time, and then they put like flat pads on the top.
Oh.
So they could sit on that.
Oh, all right.
You know,
Sorry.
so much more comfortable.
Please go on. Yeah.
A local movie theater saw his stunt and hired him to help promote a movie where he sat on a pole for 13 hours and 13 minutes.
Gosh.
In 1926, Kelly set a record by sitting atop a flagpole in Missouri for 7 days and 1 hour.
Holy moly.
In 1927, he beat that record by sitting for 8 days in New Jersey. His next stunt was 12 days long and then another one for 23 days.
Oh my God.
In 1930, he set a world record by sitting on a flagpole on top of a steel pier in Atlantic City, 225 feet high, for 49 days and 1 hour. At the height of his fame, he toured 28 cities, charging admission to people who wanted to stand on roofs to see his performance stunts. He also earned an income from endorsements, personal appearances, and books about his life. He called himself the luckiest fool in the world. He once calculated that over 2 decades he spent 20,613 hours sitting on flagpoles, of which 210 were in sub-freezing weather and 1,400 hours in the rain. In one stunt, he climbed on a pole on a speeding biplane, sitting on a 12-inch iron crossbar as the plane flew 500 feet high.
No.
Yeah, no, thank you. While pole sitting, Kelly was said to have survived mainly on coffee and cigarettes.
Been there, but not on the flagpole.
He learned how to nap while sitting upright.
I was going to ask that.
He was never fully secured by more than a simple leg strap. The newspapers were regularly full of pictures of Shipwreck Kelly matter-of-factly brushing his teeth and shaving his face, hundreds of feet in the air. He said that he was able to sleep while pole sitting by putting his thumbs in holes in the pole shafts. If he swayed, the pain in his thumbs would force him to sit upright without waking him up.
Right.
You're probably wondering, how did he use the bathroom?
I absolutely admit I was wondering that.
There was a tube securing to the pole that would carry his waist down to a bucket at the bottom.
Good. Because you don't want to be down below if he's just letting her
deuce.
hang. Yeah. That reminds me. He just reminded me of a story.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. On the weekend.
No.
No, it's good. It's good.
Okay.
It's good.
His career began to decline after the Wall Street crash of 1929. And in 1934, he was working as a gigolo.
What?
Yes.
Gigolo or juggaloo?
Juggaloo?
Yeah.
What's a juggaloo?
It's like the insane clown posse followers.
Oh, no.
Yeah, right.
Gigolo.
God.
That's a big career change.
Well, I'll say.
And he was at a dime a dance hall. And he would wear a coattail and a silk hat sitting on a plush divan.
So do people pay him a dime to dance with them?
Yeah.
I'd do that. Not for a dime, but...
By then, 17 people were claiming to be him because few people knew what he actually looked like.
Oh, wow.
He was so high in the air.
Yeah, of course.
One of his last major public appearances was in 1939. Kelly celebrated National Donut Dunking Week by sitting on a pole in Manhattan and eating 13 donuts dunked into a coffee cup. And they were fed to him while he stood on his head.
Jesus.
However, by then, that kind of work had pretty much dried up.
Yeah, not a lot of call for that anymore.
No.
I went to college for it, but
Did you know?
I couldn't get a job.
Kelly's last flagpole sitting appearance was at a Texas event sponsored by the Lions Club.
Yay.
In 1952, 1 week before his death.
Oh.
2 heart attacks forced him to come down from the 65-foot pole, and the club refused to let him go back up.
Sorry, he had 2 heart attacks while sitting on a flagpole.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah,
That's what I'd want
badass.
to be.
He retired as a result of the heart attack, saying, that is it. I'm through.
Yeah. Good
Kelly
thinking.
died a week later on October 11th, 1952, when he was struck by a car while walking on Manhattan streets.
Shitty buzz. So he survived all those shipwrecks,
Yes, he
train
did.
crashes, plane crashes.
Yeah, 2 heart attacks up on a pole.
Yeah. And then he
And
gets dummied by a car
Then he gets
on a
hit by
street.
a car.
Gets look both ways and then look again.
I guess so.
That's weird, man. I'd love to see. Well, there's got to be pictures.
Oh,
of it.
yeah, there was lots of pictures that I saw.
But how did he get up? I guess. Do you even know how he got up
I
there?
don't know,
And
actually.
down?
It didn't
I
actually
would-
say how he got up there.
Terrified.
Yeah.
Terrified out of
Yeah,
my
no, thank you.
mind.
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
No, I mean I have zero interest. Even if I could, I wouldn't.
No. But
Yeah,
no,
that's cool.
I had saw this documentary on TV on one of the shows that I watched. So I'm like, oh, that looks really interesting to talk about.
Yeah.
Just, yeah.
And I have heard him mentioned, and I think it was on an episode of MASH, which was one of my favorite shows ever. And if I dare say, it's brilliantly written. I've actually learned a lot from that show. Because I'll be like, what does that mean? And then I'll stumble across it somewhere else and be like, oh. Even years later,
Yeah.
I'll get a joke. Do you
Oh,
know what I
yeah?
mean? Like, finally.
Yeah.
The reference I used when I was younger, I'll be like, yeah, I don't know what that
Right.
means.
Yeah.
And so you've just given me another one. Cool, man. Thanks.
All right.
So, yeah, I made a bit of an allusion there to another story.
Dropping a deuce.
Yeah. So, went to a show at Danforth Music Hall Saturday night, and we were both starving. And so we went to a bunch of places. We were all busy because of this show. Bunch of places on Danforth. Went to the place right beside it. And they're like, well, we don't have any tables for 2, but you can sit at the bar if you want. Like, yeah, that's cool. So we go up there and do some beers and had a fantastic burger. If you ever go to okay, I'm putting this out there.
Yeah.
If you ever have to go to the Danforth Music Hall and you want a pre-show drink or something to eat, go to, it's called Danforth Sidebar. It's right
Okay.
beside it.
Cool.
Fantastic.
All right.
So anyways, we're sitting there at the bar, and this woman there, I didn't know if she worked there or not, but she was doing something with a chair, and I'm like, hey, do you work here? And she's like, no, I just move the chairs around for a hobby. So
Well
then I
done.
called her a cheeky sod. Then I realized she was, in fact, English, and determined that she's from Middlesbrough, which is like near Newcastle. I explained where I had lived, which little is further south, but still northern England. So we chatted about that a bit. And then I said, hey, by the way, where are the bathrooms in here? She said, they're downstairs. I'm like, of course they are. Why are all the bathrooms and bars downstairs in Toronto?
Yeah.
And I know the answer is so that they have more space upstairs. And she laughed. She goes, well, there's an accessible bathroom here. She goes, the light's really low. She goes, I'll put it on for you. I go, I'm like, is it cool for me to use that? Because it's like right there, right? And she said, yeah, that's fine. Just maybe don't drop the deuce. I just started laughing. I'm like, gotcha. I won't. That's fine. But anyways,
That's
you
awesome.
reminded me of that.
All right.
She was quite funny. But no, it was fantastic and a good beer choice.
Yeah. Cool.
I had Creative Arts Lager, 3 pints of it, and it was a lot cheaper there. At the show, it was $13.50 for a tall can of Mill Street.
Whew.
Yeah, it's still cheaper than sporting events. So.
Yes. And you came back. You didn't stay over.
Here I am. Oh yeah, no, I didn't stay over.
So
No, we came back that night.
yeah.
Yeah, I was so ready to get home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, yeah, that was my story about the
Dropping a deuce.
It's worth a deuce. That's a song by Kiss. Anyway, not that kind of deuce.
Got it.
So, yeah, you have anything you'd like to say to everybody?
Sure. You guys should check out our website, theabsurdpodcast.ca. We love to hear from you. If you guys want to reach out, say hello, check us out on Spotify and all the different places. Give us some 5-star reviews, please, and thank you. That would be awesome. That helps us out a lot.
It does indeed. And we appreciate it because, you know, we don't make anything of this. We do it for fun.
Yeah.
We do it to get together, to have some laughs. It's also fun, though, I will admit, finding stories.
It is.
You know?
Yeah.
And it kind of hones my research skills, or refreshes them, I should say.
Yeah.
Because I want to make sure the story is legit.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
So I'll look for different sources, blah, 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 blah.
Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. But no, so if you can give us a 5-star review, awesome. Better, though, even like share it with people you know.
Yes.
You know,
Yep.
To that end, I want to give a shout out for, and please, if I miss you, don't think it's on purpose. It absolutely is not. But for people, Scott Mitchell, Christy Bader, Carol Martin, my mother. Who else? Who else shares? But people who like them a lot, like Christine Auberly, Becky Clare,
Evelina Kulik.
Yes, thank you. Because she likes everything we post on Instagram.
Yeah.
Actually, she doesn't like it. She loves it.
She loves it because she loves me.
Does she?
Yeah.
What does she think of me?
Well,
She doesn't know me.
she doesn't know you.
But undoubtedly, she would love me. I'm trying to think here real quick on the fly. Who else regularly shares our posts? So please, if I forgot who you are right now, it's because I'm hungry and I'm forgetting things more often. But when I see, I'm like, oh God, I should have mentioned them.
Yeah. All good.
I will mention you again. I promise. I promise.
Mm-hmm. You heard it here.
I did. You did. They did. So I think that's maybe it. Visit us on Spotify. Visit us on YouTube. Deezer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Share our page with people.
Love us.
Like, reshare it on Instagram and Facebook. That would be awesome, guys.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
And give us love. And again, if you have any story ideas, by all means, contact us.
Yes.
We have done so regularly with people who have fed us stories, and we've put them out there.
Yeah.
You know, we're happy to do that. Well, Mel. Hey, that rhymes.
Well, Mel.
Well, Mel.
Well, Mel.
I think it's time.
I think it's time.
Ooh, I'm going to get some crier wings.
Yes.
I'm going to punish myself with our hottest wings.
Hey, what you do in your spare time is up to you.
It isn't even just my spare time either. All right, everyone. Thank you very much again for coming out and listening. And we hopefully you'll tune in again next week.
Yeah.
All right, so take care of yourselves and one another, please.
Bye.
Goodbye.
The Absurd Podcast is written, produced, and recorded by Rod and Mel. Music by Audionautics.com.